Hello, everybody. Kanisha, the creator here. No, I'm not here today to bring you my anime reviews of Akira or Princess Mononoke or Violet Evergarden the movie. I haven't watched those yet. I will, I promise. I am here today to share some. Remember how I was reading those stuff that I shared on Reddit? Well, I'm here today to do that. I put on Reddit for the anime community, what is your favorite Studio Ghibli film? And many people have theirs. My favorite is Castle in the Sky. I really love it. Huh, I do not remember seeing that. Look at this. Here's the first comment. It's by Judio Expert, Princess Mononoke. And somebody at the bottom put for where which is Weeb Trash No. Oh, sorry, I said No. No, Trash No Mail. I'm seeing this in theaters on Sunday. It'll be my first SG film. Ah, so he's going to be watching Princess Mononoke in theaters. I wish I was that lucky. Oh, well, I'm still going to be watching it on DVD, so it's still going to be interesting to me. Anyway, Mobile Game God said, my top 5, Whisper of the Heart, Kiki's Delivering Service, Graves of the Fireflies, Ocean Waves, Porco Rosso. Okay, I haven't watched Ocean Waves, and I haven't watched Porco Rosso. I will. But I definitely do not agree with Graves of Fireflies, no offense. I just did not like that. Nas, now, Skincare Addict 99 says, Nausicaa, Valley of the Wind for sure. And that is very understandable because most people say, even though technically it was done before Studio Ghibli became a company, that technically is a Studio Ghibli movie, that it doesn't count, but most people do still count it. And I count it too. I don't care if it was done before Studio Ghibli became a thing. Which is why I'm going to watch Nausicaa. Skincare Addict 99 also says it's the best. Cult classic, ahead of its time. Technically it is, because it was done before Studio Ghibli even was a thing. So it really was ahead of its time. Now, Mir Grot. I'm so sorry if I butchered that. Difficult choice. Princess Mononoke. And I put, oh good, I haven't finished that movie yet. That is true. I haven't finished it. You see, in between while I was watching Princess Mononoke, I again, I was eating some tacos, and I like eating tacos in the kitchen instead of in my room. And I'm watching the DVD thing on in my room because that's the only place where I won't watch most of my anime and stuff. I mostly watch it in the room. Sometimes I go out of the room, but it's only if nobody's here, so nobody interrupts me. Y'all like that? Y'all like that where y'all like to be alone whenever y'all watching an anime? Because that's how it is for me, especially and also TV shows. Most times, sometimes I can handle being with people. Now, the Sand Mitch said Ponyo. You know, I liked Ponyo. I get it. I put out a review of Ponyo. It was very cute. Now, Bus Part 10 says, Princess Mononoke is my favorite film of all time. Fair enough. Add Necessary 7641 says, Howl's Moving Castle. Arrow Cult AV says, Whisper of the Heart. Porco Rosso with Jason Blood 19 said, Nor 95 says, not a unique pick, but spirited away. Ignoring nostalgia for being a child favorite, it just hits me in a particular way with how well crafted everything is on an audio, visual, and narrative thematic level. Okay, I guess Okay, I get that. I get why people would pick Spirited Away because everybody says how great it is. And don't get me wrong, I don't hate the movie. It's just, it's way, and y'all gonna hate me for this, way overrated. Like, don't get me wrong, Spirited Away was good. I liked the movie. I just felt like people were hyping it up way too much that it made me almost hate the movie. You know how people overhype a movie, and then when you watch the movie, you're like, psh, it ain't that good. I mean, don't get me wrong, the character's okay, the story is okay, but it is not that good. That's how I felt by Spirited Away. I was waiting for the most action. I was waiting for the most awesome movie I have ever seen. And all I got was a kind of movie. I was like, huh. You know, I'm kind of disappointed. See, this is why you never listen to the hype of certain movies. Because when you actually watch the movie itself, you're like, well, that was a letdown. That's why I don't. That's why I don't like it when I just don't like almost the mention of Spirited Away because that was such a letdown. Now, Bakua, like I said, I am so sorry. Bakua, I'm so sorry I'm butchering these names. Lepeta, which is Castle in the Sky if y'all don't know. Spirited Away, and Porco Rosso. If y'all wondering which order, I literally said the order. Number 1 was Castle in the Sky. Number 2, Spirited Away. Number 3, Porco Rosso. I need to watch that. Not Spirited Away. And not Castle in the Sky. I already watched both of those. And gave out reviews of those. But anyway, next is Graves of the Fire. Oh, I'm sorry. Rum Hamtaro. Hey. I haven't watched Hamtaro yet. I will. But anyway, Graves of the Fireflies. Nausicaa is my favorite Miyazaki film. Okay? Hidi, pre-Ghibli. You do realize Nausicaa was pre-Ghibli too, right? Huh? Oh well. That's one mistake. Anyway, it's probably my favorite Miyazaki / Takahata work. Like I said, if I'm butchering these names, I'm sorry. Game Rod Glued says, number 1, The Wind Rises. Number 2, Princess Mononoke. Number 3, The Tale of Princess Kaguya. Now, next is Few. When Mario was there, easily my number 1. Okay. Code 41. Sorry, I said 41. Code Fuel 4701 says, Graves of Fireflies. I know it's sad, but it's like the most human story I've ever seen on screen. Yeah, I didn't like Graves of Fireflies, but I will admit, it was the most, almost pretty much realistic Studio Ghibli movie. Without including like magic or something. Like it was the most realistic of the Studio Ghibli movies I have watched. Now, Whisper of the Heart was realistic too, but for most part, most of these Studio Ghibli movies, they include some form of magic. But like in Graves of Firefly, it's totally not magic-like. It's totally the opposite of magic. Anyway, next, Independent Curve 2922 says, Spirited Away is my favorite movie of all time. That being said, Graves of Fireflies will always hold a special place, regardless of how much it will break my heart every time. Okay? Frequent Bullfrog 68 says, Princess Mononoke. Second is Howl's Moving Castle. Okay. Original ad 4559 says Howl's Moving Castle. Octopath Finder says Spirited Away. Runner-up will be Nausicaa. It's not Ghibli, but it's still Miyazaki. Or Castle in the Sky. HMC. If y'all don't know what that is, that's Howl's Moving Castle. My daughter and I can binge watch this on repeat. Fair. And we got a mother in this. Most of them haven't really revealed their age. But, I think I can guess by the way they write this stuff. Anyway, Kendo TSX. Kendots, I guess, X. I'm not the big. I'm not that big of a of a Ghibli fan. I guess Totoro. If we're talking Miyazaki in general, then definitely his Lupin movie. And not many people have been saying that while I'm looking at this comment section. Most people talk about the classics like Spirited Away, Howl's Moving Castle, Kiki's Delivering Service, all that stuff. They talk about all of that, Castle in the Sky, but they have not talked about like other less popular movies, except for like The Whisper of the Heart. And I'm pretty sure I'm about to come up to it soon. Somebody also mentioned Only Yesterday. Now next, The Truth of the Heart. Ponyo, first anime I ever watched. Fair enough. The first movie is always the most impressionable one. Yuchiya Boy 316. Since only seen a couple, it's House Moving Castle. Mecker Pan. Sentimental favorite. Takayata's Only Yesterday. Artistic favorite. Takayata's Kachime Kachaheim Monotari. The Magic Fox says, tough choice, but I'm going with Kiki's Delivering Service. It was my first anime film and one of the reasons I got into anime. Watched when I was a kid, when it was on TV, and didn't even know it was called anime. Realized what it was when I was in middle school. Fair enough. I wish my first anime had been back when I was a kid. Because that's one thing I feel upset about. That's the only thing I regret is when I was a kid, I never discovered really anime. If anything, the only thing in my childhood that I remember is like back on Nicktoons, for some weird reason, they were airing like Dragon Ball Z. And I was like, when I look back at it now, I'm like, why was it on Nicktoons? I never got that. Like, I remember on Nicktoons, it was saying stuff about Dragon Ball Z, and I was like, I don't care. Show me the next cartoon. But now looking back at it, I kind of wish I had seen it because then I might have known if I liked anime back then, but I never knew. Oh, and another thing, back in my childhood, I remember. Y'all remember Boomerang? I remember when I would go over my aunt's house and watch TV over there. I remember they had Boomerang over there, and I remember when I would look at Boomerang, I remember seeing this stuff on Pokemon, and I'd be like, huh, well, it's Pokemon again. And then I just skip and watch like Scooby Doo and all that other stuff that was on Boomerang. I never gave Pokemon a chance. I really wish I had given a Pokemon a chance back then. But I think because I saw so many commercials on Pokemon, that's why Pokemon was the very first anime I watched and what kind of got me into anime in the first place. But if I give my honest opinion, I feel like Yu-Gi-Oh got me more into anime than Pokemon. But technically Pokemon was the first. Next, Shield Wolf She's says Princess Mononoke, but the manga for Nausicaa is easily top 5 of all manga. IMO. Egg Daughter. Besides Fireflies, need to give a shout out to Only Yesterday and Whisper of the Heart. Fantastic movies that I rarely see talked when mentioning Ghibli. See, and I was mentioning that too. Own Donut 4004. Spirited Away. The color palette and scenery are so beautiful. The story is fun and the set scenes are so interesting. The bathhouse, the training running on water, etc. It also really sweet. A romantic little story that is also about friendship. Subterranean Fox says Porco Rosso. Spelling. Because they thought they spelled it wrong. Horny 246 says Spirited Away, but Howl's Moving Castle is a close second. Iris Verse says Palm Poco. Night Cupcake says number 1, Nausicaa. Number 2, Princess Mononoke. Number 3, Whisper of the Heart. Neo 1994 says Princess Mononoke by far, probably my favorite movie of all time. Behind that, it's super difficult. Dennis McDonald says, for me, it's a toss-up between Princess Mononoke and Ponyo. But Dennis McDonald also says, and I'm not going to read all this, but it says, I should probably think about this more, but the Tale of Princess Kaguya might be the best animated film I've ever seen. I've always loved animated films. I'm enchanted by traditional Disney films like Fantasia and the modern efforts of Miyazaki and Pixar. But Tale is in a class by itself due to its sheer artistry and emotional power. And that's all I will say, because the thing he puts is really, really long. And I'm not reading all that. This video is as long as it is. Normally I make my videos at least 8 minutes long. Unless I really want to talk about it. Anyway, last one. Anime Science 101. Number 1, Castle in the Sky. Number 2, Spirited Away. Number 3, Natsuko. And that is all I have to tell you about. And that is all I have to say about anyway, that's all I have to say. That's all I have to say about, everybody's reaction to, what is your favorite Studio Ghibli film? Tell me in the comments below, what is your favorite Studio Ghibli film? Have you watched any Studio Ghibli films? If you haven't, go watch some. All y'all have a lovely day. Oh, and if y'all have any ideas on what anime I should watch, leave them in the comments below and I will get to them. But I won't get to them effectively immediately because, 1, I have a long list of anime I have to catch up with. And 2, no, just the same as number 1. Bye.